beautiful hills of Ibiakuran. Vice President Osibanjo to represent Justice Department subpoenas more than 30. In our news on our bulletins this afternoon with a report that President Muhammadu Buhari has arrived in Imo State to inaugurate some projects done by Governor Hope Uzodinma, currently dancing around the venue from one point to the other. Other countries still believe in the country's immense potential, especially those president of the Forum of Regions of African Fora. Speaking while hosting a delegation which included Fayemi, Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State, and their Kano State counterpart, Abdullahi, citizens as a Fora president. Says Vice President Yemi Osibanjo's son will represent Nigeria in Kenya at the East African nation's inauguration of William Ruto as its fifth media and publicity, Laolu Akonde. According to the statement, Kenya's constitution to the new president, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, adding that Professor Osibanjo will return to the federal government a 14-day ultimatum over what they gives the Minister of Aviation overriding powers to direct affairs on issues affecting trade unions in the industry. They asked that the clauses contradict international labor laws and amount to usurpation of the duties essential services clause from the bill and acts of the Ibadan Expressway Shagamu interchange over the ongoing strike by the academic. Olatunji disclosed this, saying the protest is organized as a result of the lingering ASU strike. Recall that ASU had embarked on strike on Monday, February 14. Government and ASU, which was filed by the Ministry of Labor and Employment, Chris Ngige, has been adjourned till Friday. Back here on news on the home front, the Akwa Ibom State Governor is to come. Governor Emmanuel, who stated this when he was received by youths upon his return by the youths. He commended the continuous cooperation of the youths with his administration in its creation. Government House correspondent Jane Owa reports that the governor, however, reminded them that there would be an influx of several guests in the states during the anniversary and assured them of a worthwhile celebration. On news from the continental sense, where Kenya, where he was sworn in by the Chief Judge, Martha Koome, the new president who amid cheers from excited crowds, swore an oath of allegiance and other oaths for the execution of functions of the office, also appended his signature to the corresponding documents, with his Daniel Arap Moi to hold the office. Reports say before his inauguration, the outgoing president Uhuru Kenyatta congratulated Ruto amid quarrel, debate and anger. The 14th Assembly of Senegal convened for the first time since the July. The Assembly failed to reach an agreement where was boycotted by the main opposition parties, adding that Yewin asked. In another development, the International Criminal Court, ICC, has ordered the review of a $30 million Reef Chambers decision. Last year, the Hague-based court nicknamed Terminator for his crime in the Democratic Republic in 2019. The ICC trial Chambers 6 found him guilty beyond reasonable doubt 2002 to 2003. Reports say the appeal chambers decided to remand several issues. Announcing news from the foreign scenes, where Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says Ukrainian forces have seized even more territory from Russia as they continue their counter-offensive in the east and the south. In his address, President Zelensky did not reveal which Ukrainian cities and village region in what is seen by some military experts grouping with the aim of development on Queen Elizabeth II's burial rights. The Queen's 4 children have. The symbolic move sees King Charles III, Princess Anne, Prince and other royals followed Queen's coffin in the procession up Hindenburg's Royal Mile, with thousands of people gathered along the Royal Mile to watch. Operations are among dozens of people in the former president's orbit who received grand 2021 incidents. Among them are Dan Scavino, Trump's 2020 presidential campaign as chief financial recent days. The subpoenas seek documents and, in some cases, testimonies, states whether to invite Trump and Pence to appear at the flurry of the subpoenas period, a 60-day period before the midterm elections, during which the department of trying to affect the outcome of the election. Or still to come on our bulletin, others cleared for NFF's presidential election. Do stay with us. Spectrum News on Spectrum Television at this hour. And now to more news from our business scenes, where the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, by the member representing Osun State at the Commission, Oladele Gboyega, during a visit to the State Commissioner for Finance, Bola Oyebamiji, in Osogbo, Oyeniyi, said the team was in Osun for the second phase of the nationwide monitoring of revenue collections, while observing mining activities across the state. Inflation of miners. Also on business, banks have started reducing approval requests for personal travel and business travel allowance. Prior to this new development, the banks had been granting approval to travelers who applied once every quarter, finding that the full personal travel allowance and business travel allowance respectively will be disbursed into the first bank user. Professor Mike Obadan said this in a personal statement released by the Central Bank of in health, the service of government hospitals for practice abroad does this while fielding questions from the M in Benin. He blamed the problem in droves for more secure climes with better conditions of service. Stressed that the stakeholders could also tap into medical entrepreneurship, adding that this could address the problem. The government should increase the retirement age. News from the health sense, the managing dentist of the Choice Dental Hospital, Dr. Sade Akiode, has stressed the importance of regular dental. With this focus is basically on preventive dental care with regular dental checks, which will prevent for dental examination, digital x-rays, salient oral cancer screening. Said she came to Nigeria to avail Nigerians the same world-class. And now to news from the sporting scenes, where Liverpool's visit Elizabeth II, while Arsenal's trip to Brentford has been moved forward, following also matches in England, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales have been postponed as a mark of respect for London, with the Queen's lying in state between Wednesday and her funeral on September 19. Still in sports, of the NFF president at the Federation's elections scheduled for Friday, 30th September in Benin City. Also cleared for the extolled post to be vacated by FIFA Council member Amaju Pinnick are the former NFF first Vice President Mazi Uche Bulam, Chairman of the Federal Capital Territory Footballers FC and respected technocrat Abayola, and UK-based David Doherty. The positions for the first Vice President of the Federation Chinedu battling for the posts. On our entertainment news this afternoon, Rakim Hashimi, also known as PNB Rock, who was born in 1991, has been killed following a robbery incident in Los Angeles. The American rapper, who is survived by a child, experienced an ugly incident at apartment. LAPD Captain Kelly Muniz said the robbers stormed the restaurant and demanded property from the late rapper. Eventually, the victim got shot multiple times after a verbal exchange. PNB Rock became famous following the release of his 2 albums titled Catch These Vibes and Trapstar Turned Popstar. Meanwhile, rappers Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have taken to their Twitter pages to react to the death of the rapper with condolences to his mom and family. Over its newly introduced eviction twist. Recall that show host Ebuka Obi Uchendu announced the creation of a level 3 house for evicted housemates. Ebuka explained that Doyi, Chomzi, and Elo Swag were evicted and will be kept in the level 3 house until at least September 18, 2022. He said although they would partake in normal house activities such as diary session, tasks, and head of house games upon their return to the main house, they are out of the running to win the grand prize of who were evicted early in the game still deserve the same opportunity. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Beto Brian thanking you for watching. Do have a nice day.